episode of Messy Kitchen.
Today is soup day, so we're going to be making a vegetable soup. And to start off with, we're going to peel the potatoes and carrots. And we're going to use 2 potatoes and 3 carrots. So, I'm going to start peeling the carrots while Isabel peels the potatoes. And Isabel's done peeling the potatoes. And we're gonna take a cutting board and
cut them.
Chop the potatoes into small cubes and the carrots into round. So you cut them into these cubes just like this with the potatoes. About that size. You can cut them smaller if you want them to be smaller. So now we're done cutting the vegetables, and we're going to put in 2 cups of water into this big pot here.
And 6 cups of chicken broth. And now if you, for whatever reason, don't want to use chicken broth.
If you're a vegetarian.
Or if you just don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can easily substitute it with veggie broth.
So, like I said, this is 6 cups. So, here are the carrots and the potatoes.
And we are going to
turn this high to medium heat, around there, and then put all of these in there. Now you put in the carrots and the potatoes first because they take the longest. They take the longest to cook.
Okay, so I'm going to put 2 chicken bouillon cubes in there, and if you do not want to use chicken, that's fine. You can use veggie bouillon cubes. So as I'm doing that, Julia is going to start chopping the onion.
And I'm just going to chop and peel a small onion. Well, actually, I'd say it's more of a medium onion. And we're going to use this whole onion in the soup later on. So I'm going to do peeling and chopping. And they're very acidic. So I'm going to chop these, I'm going to dice them, and I do it a little bit weirdly. Some people do it like this, others do it differently, but I just tend to cut them in half and then in half and then in half until they're small enough to be diced. Go back to your original spot. Julia, you know I would never do that.
Okay, so Julia just finished chopping up the onions, and I'm going to put them into the... Oh, that's probably not a good idea.
Okay, so I'm just going to give this a little stir, and then we're going to add some tomatoes and some canned beans. And I'm going to start opening the tomatoes right now. Okay, and then this is just regular crushed tomatoes, no flavorings or anything. And I'm going to pour this whole thing in the pot with all of the broth, water, and vegetables. Alright. Put that in the sink. I'm going to turn down and give it another big stir to make sure all that tomato is incorporated and everything.
Now I'm going to open this can of white beans, and we're going to add 2 cans of beans and half of each can. There's the white beans and we have garbanzo beans. We're going to put half of a can of each kind. I just drained the beans, the white beans. And like I said, we're just going to put like half of a can of these because we're going to also put some of the garbanzo beans in there. So there's that. Garbanzo beans, which are also known as chickpeas sometimes. So I'm going to give that another stir.
And now we're going to let it cook for a while now that we have all the vegetables and everything incorporated besides the pasta, which we're going to add closer to the end, like maybe 15 minutes before the rest of the stuff is going to be done, because that way it cooks faster than everything else. So I'm just going to let that simmer for a little bit.